You want to make your fantasy sports league more than a fantasy? Then you need Trophy Smack. It's the #1 store for fantasy and tournament trophies, belts, draft boards, loser awards, and other ridiculous products. Trophy Smack is more than just a trophy company with outstanding customer service and products. It's the very essence and heart of every fantasy league. And if you click now, TrophySmack.com gives you free shipping, a free loser poster, and can have the hardware to you in a few days. Bragging rights included. Go to TrophySmack.com right now and take your fantasy league to the next level.
What's up, and welcome to the Dynasty Happy Hour with your hosts, Doug Eddy, Tim Keller, and Tyler Gunther. Bring us all inside the huddle. Whether it's in-season or off-season, this is your spot for the best and in-depth Dynasty fantasy football advice. So let's not waste any more time and get right to it with Doug, Tim, and Tyler with another Dynasty Happy Hour.
Welcome back to the Dynasty Happy Hour. It is absolutely lit this week. We've got a fun game we're going to play with our guest host, my friend James, a Fortnite buddy of ours. He's busy building. We're shooting stuff. No, this is about Dynasty fantasy football, not about Fortnite. That's a separate podcast. No, it's not. But I'm here with Tyler. I'm here with Tim, as well as James. So, James, please introduce yourself to the masses, fine sir.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. My name's James Kreiss. I host the Tilt is Real Fantasy Football Podcast on Wednesdays, 6:30. You can find me on Twitter at @FF_chef. And I'm also the host of the Blitz Trivia Show on Join Our Circle _ on Twitter, Fantasy Intervention. And I'm going to bring a little bit of fun to that this evening for you guys on the Dynasty Happy Hour.
Heck yeah. We're only
hoping that you would come in talking like the chef from Muppets. There it is.
That's a Swedish chef, Mr. Interrupter. Thank you, Tyler. I appreciate you ruining my flow as usual. It's never shocking. So thank you. Yes, we're going to play some fun trivia. You know, we're only a few days away from the draft. We're all looking forward to Thursday. I know Tyler's watching the draft, having a nice night in with his wife. He's going to watch the draft. She's going to be like, I don't know who these guys are and why you're so excited. I'm going to be with my friends up in Western New York watching the draft at a Buffalo Wild Wings. Just 3 or 4 of us chilling, eating mini corn dogs, my favorite thing on the menu. Their burgers are trash, and their wings are okay.
They got rid of mini corn dogs, at least here.
Oh, Jesus. Don't you tell me that.
Oh.
All right, I'm going to have to do some research. If you know anything about Buffalo Wild Wings and mini corn dogs, you can tweet at us and let me know. Give me a heads up. If you're an employee there, why did they do all their burgers well done is beyond me. It's crime to humanity. I think James, he's a chef. He would agree, right?
Yeah, it's the easiest way to get things out of the kitchen without messing them up, maybe.
It's like, hey, here's your hockey puck on a bun. Thanks.
Also, why are you getting a burger at B-Dubs? Second of all.
Because I'm a burger guy. I'm not really a chicken wing guy. When in Rome, sure, but I don't seek out chicken wings.
Try their chicken tenders. They are
fantastic. I'm also in Western New York, which is known for buffalo wings, near Buffalo Wild Wings, and they don't hold a candle to the local places. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying. I've been to Anchor Bar. I've been to Duff's. Duff's is elite, even though it is in Buffalo. I'm a little ways away from that. But anyway, we're not here to talk about food. Also a different podcast, right, James?
Yeah.
So we've got a little bit of news this week, but before we jump into that, I did want to let you know that we are brought to you by fantasypoints.com. We've got some awesome stuff going on there. There's currently an early bird special. It expires at the end of the month on April 30th. You can get 20% off your subscription plan. You won't find a better deal from a major fantasy content provider, especially with this early bird special. They've got season-long DFS. There's all sorts of betting content on there. Massive NFL draft and prospect previews. They live stream best ball drafts. There's an NFL draft guide. There's an app, and it's got Greg Cosell player profilers. If you haven't read Greg's work or know about Greg Cosell, he's awesome. He's not as cool as Howard Cosell, but in the fantasy space, Greg Cosell is absolutely awesome. Great profiles. There's analytics-powered draft tools, as well as 90% of subscriptions made the fantasy playoffs last year. So, thinking that's a pretty good rate. And smart people go on this website on fantasypoints.com. There's also lots of free stuff on the site. You can look for free banners on articles. If you want some more information, visit fantasypoints.com/subscribe. And when you do, this is the important part. Now listen, grab a pen, grab a paper. Code 21DHH10. That is code 21DHH10 when you go to fantasypoints.com/subscribe. Please and thank you in advance. All sorts of awesome things going on there. The draft is right around the corner. They're going to have all the analysis that you could possibly need. So as far as news goes, it's been a quiet week, guys, right? Pretty quiet?
Yeah, for the most part.
We didn't have any skill position changes from fantasy perspective, but we did have a trade, which does impact some of our favorite fantasy players. So the Baltimore Ravens traded Orlando Brown Jr. to the Kansas City Chiefs for a first-round pick, which I think was 26th or 27th in the draft. Now, we all know, watching the Super Bowl, that Kansas City had an offensive line problem. They were down. They had no Laurent Duvernay-Tardif because he took the season off because he wanted to help people with COVID. He is a doctor, after all. Eric Fisher was injured. Mitchell Schwartz, I think, was injured. They were on their secondary offensive line. So what they've done is they've traded for probably their future left tackle in Orlando Brown Jr. They're going to get Tardif back, it looks like, this year. They also signed Kyle Long in the offseason. So they said, you know what? We lost that Super Bowl because we cannot protect Patrick Mahomes. So they've went out and made a major move to bring in a young tackle at a pretty decent price, and he's probably going to get paid at some point and get extended. But this is also great news for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. It's good news for Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill. This whole offense, it's better news for. So, James, you're our guest here. When you first saw that Kansas City made this move, what was your initial thought when it trickled down to what it means for fantasy football?
I think it just helps out Kansas City altogether. Like we saw, like you said, we saw them struggle last year in the Super Bowl against that Tampa Bay defense. They couldn't run the ball. Mahomes didn't have time in the pocket, even though he is a magician when it comes to scrambling. He had the foot issue. I guess, what did he have, a plantar fasciitis or something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
And he could not escape that pass rush. And I think it helps out. I mean, we saw that, Eric Fisher didn't really do the job for him, and he was banged up. So they're going to bring in somebody new with Orlando Brown, and hopefully it works out for him.
Tyler, any thoughts on your boy Clyde Edwards-Helaire when you saw this move? Because I've always been in the camp that Helaire was a one-year producer at LSU and the best college offense of all time. Now, he did have some good games in his rookie season, but I wasn't super impressed. So do you think does this move the needle for you at all with CEH?
I love it for him. If you have him, you of course are holding. And if you held instead of selling because you're scared that this is who he is. No, I think he's got room to grow. He is a young player. Andy Reid, his running backs just blossom in the second year. You're kind of hoping that happens. They got rid of Damian Williams, and Darrell Williams is now his backup. Clyde Edwards-Helaire should get more pass catching chances, and he should be able to succeed with those. And they also got a new center. Who was it? Was it Joe Thuney, or was it?
They signed Joe Thuney's left guard. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
One of the best left guards in the game, by the way.
Yes. I mean, this offensive line went from what we saw in the Super Bowl, like nothing, to actually having really good players along the line. So yeah, I mean, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a small dude. Orlando Brown is a huge dude. I mean, you go on the left side, you got Thuney and Brown. You're not gonna be able to see Clyde Edwards-Helaire until he pops.
Hilaire's just gonna jump on Brown's back and then pop out of nowhere. Yeah,
pretty much.
Yep. Tim, any thoughts?
Together, I mean, Orlando Brown's 6'8". Clyde Edwards-Helaire on top of him, he'll be about around 7 foot.
Exactly. Tim, any thoughts on this move for the Chiefs?
Not really for the Chiefs. You guys did a pretty good job breaking down for the Chiefs. The Ravens, though, they needed to try to find a trade partner. There was a lot of belief from the Baltimore area that they were not going to see a first-round pick back for Brown. It looked like it was going to be lost value because they had other plans for Orlando other than left tackle. They thought he fit better at right, and he was.
They got Ronnie Staley, so
he was kind of steadfast. He wanted to play left tackle, so looked like he might be sitting out if they weren't going to allow him to play left tackle. And like you just said, you're not starting over Staley. They made a great move. They got some assets back, so now the Chiefs are without a first-round pick. We'll see what the Ravens do there with 2 picks. Definitely need a wide receiver. One of those will be spent.
Stay away from
not
Rashad
gonna be Sammy Watkins.
Bateman.
No.
Stay away from Rashad Bateman. That's all I ask.
Yeah, I agree with that. And just not to get too nerdy with the offensive line talk, but what a story Orlando Brown Jr. was. You guys remember him at the combine, and everyone was like, "This kid is slow. This kid doesn't want to play football." Like, he was one of the biggest disappointments at the combine, and then he comes out and he's been a really solid pro. So good for him. And he's going to get paid when people thought he would be this monumental bust because he tested terrible. He looks slow.
Who else
good
did
for
that?
him.
Mekhi Becton. I mean, people said that about Mekhi Becton because he's just a big, large man, and they're like, I don't know, this guy could eat himself out of the NFL. You know what? Mekhi Becton
He's been eating defensive linemen.
Yes, Mekhi Becton is one of the funnest offensive linemen to watch.
Yeah.
Absolute beast. So that's all we got for news this week. James, I'm going to hand you the keys to the car, and I'm going to have you turn it on and take us away, my man. We are here for trivia. I'm looking forward to playing and winning. It's going to be amazing.
All right, so I got a phone call from Tyler. He wanted to say, hey, you want to come on and ask some trivia questions? I said, sure, why not? Stump my friends here at Dynasty Happy Hour. It is always my pleasure. I take real pride in some of my trivia questions. And Doug, I hear you're somewhat of a caveat when it comes to trivia, so I hope I can stump you along with Tim and Tyler as well.
It's not hard for me.
I was going to say, it won't be hard on this side of the screen, but
Yep.
that's the one you gotta
We'll see.
So for the first, I guess for the first couple questions, we'll go around, kind of do a round robin and see how the points add up. And then the last 5 or so questions, you guys want to do a lightning round, ask first, or whoever raises their hand, I guess we could do it that way, or just say me. Ooh, me, over here. But pick me. Tyler, and you know what, guys? If you don't know the answer, why don't we?
Can we have a chance to steal
of passing it on? Yeah, I think that's the way it's going to go.
Try to answer, or if you think somebody else doesn't know.
Yeah.
If Tyler's I don't know,
I
and
like
then
that.
Tim or I have a chance to steal, I'm all about that life.
Yeah, and I'm going to kick it off with Tyler because he asked me to come on first, so why not throw him the first question and give him the first opportunity to get a little point on the board here. So Tyler, how many quarterbacks has Bill Belichick drafted in the first round?
Oof. I mean, I feel like Doug would know, and I'm going to go 0.
That is correct.
I knew that
Very
one.
good. Very
Because
good.
Bledsoe wasn't a Patriot draft pick.
No,
Nope.
that was
And-
Parcells, I think.
And
No,
yeah,
even
I just,
before Parcells.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
no,
yeah.
you're right. Yep. That's one point for Tyler. Is 1 for 1, and
Oh my God! Hold on. Let me go to call my mom quick. I'm gonna call my mom.
the crowd's going wild.
Mom, I got it right, Mom.
I told you I'm not dumb.
All right. So the second question, Tim, you're going to stay in order here.
Okay.
Who was the last top 10 drafted running back to win a Super Bowl?
Ooh, that's a good one.
And I no cheating now. I don't use the Googles.
Tim doesn't even know what Google is.
The last top 10 overall. I'm sorry. The last top 10 drafted running back to win a Super Bowl. And don't forget, you have the option to pass it along, but these guys are actually having the same amount of time to think about it as you would.
True.
So that's a little.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to this. Let's see if either one of these
You want to
guys
take an
wants to raise
educated
their hand.
guess, or you want to pass it along to somebody? Or how about we give you the option to pass it on to somebody else?
Let's see if Tyler knows this.
Why me? Why me?
Stick it away from
Huh?
Doug.
Because
Why
you just
me?
had your head in the air thinking just like I am.
No, I have my head in the air hoping, dear God, don't pick me.
Because you're trying to think of it just like I am. So
Oh man. Okay, let's think back on running backs that were drafted. LaDainian Tomlinson, he didn't even, get to Super Bowl thanks to the Chargers always swinging and missing. Let's see who else was a top 10 pick. And see, you
I
think
Doug
about.
knows it. I could see it in his face.
See, I
you don't want to pass this one along.
I don't, so I'm going to pass it to Doug in order to have better radio, so we're just not sitting here.
I have a feeling it's been a very long time, and my gut tells me, and I have no idea if this is right, but this is my best guess. The first name that came to mind was Franco Harris, because I think it's been a long time.
No, And wow,
Is it Marshall
I stumped
Faulk?
all three of you
Was
with the
he even a
second
first-round
question.
pick?
The answer is Leonard Fournette.
Oh, man.
Come on, guys. He just won the Super Bowl.
All right, everybody. This is the last
Lombardi
episode
Lenny.
of Dynasty Happy Hour.
And now I need to know what was the one before Leonard Fournette, because I feel like it's been a long.
Oh, well, then it's probably been a while before that.
Okay.
But hey, I said most recent.
You
That
did.
is
That was
true.
a good one.
I was thinking Jerome Bettis,
Stupid.
but like he's not a top 10.
No.
You
Now I'm gonna Google
forget
it while you
for
guys
that-
talk.
he was
number
4.
4. Yeah.
Yeah.
You forget that
Jackson.
he was number 4 overall pick just because he's been kind of disappointing. You forget about that.
Because he got released in his rookie contract.
Yeah.
And see, all this stuff that happens around the draft, we all build up that anticipation for the NFL draft, and then 3 years later, 4 years later, we don't even care about Leonard Fournette winning a Super
Because
Bowl when he was a top
because
4
running
draft
backs
pick.
suck. Running backs suck in Dynasty. It's like you want to love them and you start loving them and then they leave you and take everything.
All right, so we're gonna kick it to Doug. It's his question now. Name the last first overall pick to win a Super Bowl. First overall, so number 1, 10101.
It's a trap.
Might be a trap. Maybe someone that we already named on the podcast.
Yeah, I have a feeling. I think I might know who it is, but give me a moment to ponder the number 1 picks. It's not a quarterback, that I know. I would say it's probably not a skill position player. I think it's probably an offensive lineman. So I'm going to go with aforementioned Eric Fisher.
That is correct.
Let's go.
Eric Fisher. Yes.
Boom.
It's a good thing it wasn't
one of
me.
the-
I was thinking
that was one of
Peyton
the
Manning
questions
right
from
away.
the Blitz on Thursday night. I stole a couple of them.
I was thinking Peyton Manning.
I went
Yep,
with Peyton
I would have
originally,
lost.
but I knew there had to be somebody.
Well, I mean, Peyton did it, and then Eli did it as well,
Yeah.
and then Eric Fisher after him.
Yep.
What about Bobby Fisher?
Chess master.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're going with the hard one here back to Tyler. With the possibility of 3 quarterbacks going 1, 2, and 3 in the 2021 draft, when was the last time this happened?
Not cool, man.
And I'm looking for a
Not
year.
cool.
Ooh, I have a question. I think I might know this one.
Not cool.
I mean, you wanted trivia, I bring trivia.
Oh man, last
think I
time
know
this
this one.
happened,
It's
was
been a
probably-
while, I'll give
yeah, I
you
was
that.
gonna
I
say
was
it's
gonna say-
probably before I actually
Existed.
was super into football or existed. Yes, I'm gonna pass it to Doug because I feel like he doesn't know and Tim does.
I think I actually know this one. I want to say it was the famed quarterback class of 1983, where it was 1, 2, 3, and I know Marino went in the like a 12th
Like
or
20s or so, wasn't he 20s
Yeah,
or something?
he was
like that?
late out of Pitt.
That's a great year, 1983. I was born in that year.
That's the first one that comes to mind where I know it was
That was going to be mine
an awesome quarterback class. Is 1983.
But that is wrong.
Okay.
So
Intelligent guess.
Tim,
though.
do you want to take a crack at it now that Doug
Just
got
pick
it?
a year.
I thought for sure it was going to be 83. So, we had Manning and Leaf. That's 2. Yeah, I'll say 1985.
Oh, you guys are just living too far in the past.
91.
Nope. 1999. Tim Couch, Donovan McNabb, and Achilles Smith.
So no joke. When Doug was guessing, Tim Couch popped in my head for some reason because I thought that's kind of the furthest back I can go mentally because I was probably dropped on my head by my
I
parents
wasn't
when I
even
was
playing
young.
fantasy yet in 99.
I started playing fantasy in 99.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
that's a good one. I forgot all about Achilles Smith.
All right. So after 4 questions, how many have you guys gotten right? 2?
Tyler
got
has
one.
one, and I have one.
All right. And then who's up next? Is Tim up next?
Yep.
Tim is.
Yes.
All right, Tim. In the last 30 years, what university has the most number 1 overall players drafted?
We're talking the 101.
Yep.
The last 30 years.
Last 30 years. And now I say the 30 years because if you add in the other 2 schools that have had the most number 1 overall picks, which was USC and another college who will not be named until after you answer the question. Because I almost gave it away there.
The most in the last 30 years. And it's
This
not
is gonna be
USC. So I will say, I want to say Bama. I'll say Oklahoma.
You are correct, sir. Oklahoma is
Nice job. Tim is on the board. It's a three-way tie.
with the third with Kyler Murray
Oh, okay.
and Baker Mayfield. They bumped that up to 3.
Now, you
and
said
took
30
the
years.
lead.
Is this, I would
The last
imagine
30
that
years.
Notre Dame is probably all time.
Notre Dame and USC are both up there as well. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, those 3 schools are the highest.
Yeah, Notre Dame back in the day was a
I was
powerhouse.
going to say, yeah, Notre Dame, I would imagine back in like the 50s probably sent, I don't know, but I just imagine.
Everybody wanted
Well,
to
the
play for
50s wasn't
Irish.
30 years back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. Once he said 30 years, I was like,
Oh,
well,
Tyler.
Notre Dame probably has a bunch, but they can't be.
Well, you have Rudy, who went 101
yeah, he probably
one
was
year.
1-1 for like 3 straight seasons.
Yes.
I'd still take Rudy over everybody else,
Yeah.
even over Kyler.
Rudy
okay,
is the Julian Edelman of college, right?
Scrappy lunch pail guy. Absolutely.
The Danny Woodhead.
He is the Danny Woodhead.
I feel like
Long
that's a
live.
true story of Danny Woodhead.
It might be.
And that's a good segue for our next question, who's kicking it to Doug. Doug, who was the last wide receiver to be drafted number 1 overall?
Oh, man, I feel like I should know this.
I think it's Keyshawn Johnson.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Keyshawn Johnson, New York Jets in 1996.
Let's go.
Damn.
Taking the lead, boys.
So, I mean, back then it was probably like, wait, a wide receiver? Because that was like the running back era.
Well,
they're
Keyshawn was supposed to be like the next huge thing, and then he had an okay career. He wasn't spectacular.
I mean, his career took off
I
late.
mean, he won a Super Bowl, didn't he?
Yeah.
With Tampa Bay.
with Tampa. Yeah.
Late-
but that was a
late in his
defensively
career.
1-1. It wasn't because of him.
I feel like
Sad
late in his
boys.
career is when he blossomed. Early on, he was probably more of a
He
disappointment.
was part of the prima donna receiver era.
Yeah.
The whole throw me the damn ball.
Aren't they all just prima donnas?
Well, they're following the Keyshawn.
Yeah.
You know, now there's even another Keyshawn Johnson in the league. He just plays in Arizona.
Yeah.
All right, back to Tyler. As we found out last year during the virtual draft, what is Commissioner Roger Goodell's go-to snack during the draft?
I should know this. I should
know this. I know this.
I
I
should
don't know it,
Food
actually.
question
I
to
don't
Tyler,
know it.
man.
I should
don't know
know
it.
this. I've got
Yeah,
two
neither one of us
options.
know this.
I don't know it.
I've
Throw
got
it to me.
I've got 2 options.
Doug's in the lead. You can't throw it to him. Throw it to me.
Is
I'll
it
miss
M&M's?
Yes, it is M&M's.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it. Wait. I thought it wasn't it peanut M&Ms.
Peanut
It was
M&Ms.
peanut M&Ms.
Yes.
I would accept
Even
it
with the
either
brand.
or.
I
would have been
honestly,
like, could you add more details?
I would have said
Yeah,
peanut
I mean, I'm
M&Ms
not
because
gonna
I
push
remember
That'd be
the
like-
jar next to them, and it just
And
kept
it
going
slowly
down.
diminished.
Yeah. It'd be like
Yeah.
Starburst. Well, what flavor? Which color?
Orange, duh.
All right, so it's going back to Tim here. What was the last year that an RB wasn't drafted in the first round?
The last year a running back was not.
Not drafted.
Not drafted in the first round. And there's been a couple of good running backs out there that have been drafted in the first round. You know, we talked about CEH earlier. Last year he was drafted in the first round. So I'm going to keep that train going. Ooh, we've got crickets.
Yeah.
He's thinking, I can smell the smoke all the way over here in Jersey.
I feel like I know what it is. I feel like I
That
know it.
long ago.
Or can it? See, that's the problem with these trivia questions, man. It's hard to keep it because there's always some dead silence on the microphone.
Man,
so
man.
Yeah, just keep saying that. Man.
Okay.
Man.
Doug and Tyler are tied, and I have more
Yeah.
belief in Doug, so I'm passing this to.
Oh,
Dang. Dang,
And
dog.
he's
That's
looking
ballsy.
at the
It's-
ceiling.
it's-
he
it's
does
not-
not know.
2019.
Incorrect.
2019, you would be incorrect. Josh
was-
Jacobs
Oh,
was
yeah.
drafted in the first round in
I
2019.
do have a second
And I don't
guess
even
at
have
none
to
of
check
these.
my notes on that one.
None of these.
So,
I forget about Jacobs just as much as the Raiders forget about him. So
yeah. Ooh. So, Doug, you got a chance to steal here. It's open to you.
Let's see. We've had Barkley. We've had Zeke.
I bet I know what it is, and I feel dumb for not.
Zeke was
Guessing it.
2016.
There's 1 year, and it was.
I want to
so-
say, I think I know it. I think it was 2014.
You are correct, sir. It is 2014.
Guess
Good
and
job.
who was the number one running back in that draft? Remember the height?
Bishop Sankey, wasn't it?
Yes, the Bishop Sankey year.
Yep. Bishop Sankey. Ooh.
That was that. I should have went with my gut there, but I'm like, I feel like it could be recent.
That was
I
the
wrote-
like
I
if
wrote
you
15 down.
if you drafted Sankey over that was the elite wide receiver class.
Yeah.
Yes, 15. I think Tim was either Gurley or Zeke.
It was Gurley. Zeke was 2016, I think.
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah. Nice. Bishop Sankey for the win.
What a rough
only
year.
time
I mean,
he's-
Carlos Hyde was in that draft class too.
Yep.
So what's the score tally now, Doug? I mean,
It is.
you're
I'm
stealing
in the
points.
lead. I'm in the lead with 3. Tyler is right behind with 2, and Tim is the caboose, coming in at 1.
All right, and it goes back to Doug. I mean, it's your turn, if I'm not
go.
mistaken. So
that's right.
who was the last first-round wide receiver drafted by the New Orleans Saints?
Fudge.
Oh my
This
God!
will
I
make
think
you
I
think a little
Is
bit.
it?
And Tyler, I know you're an NFC South guy. You
I
got
think
your
I know.
Falcon
I
shirt
think I know.
on.
I
Not going to
was
try
he
to
a
throw
first
anybody
round?
off.
Was he an end of
but-
the first rounder?
I think I know it. I think
I feel like it's not an obvious one. Like I don't think it's Joe Horn. I think it's
Nope.
I think I might. My gut tells me for some reason Robert Meacham comes to mind, but I don't think he. Oh fuck it! I'll go Robert Meacham.
Wrong.
Yes,
I know it. I know it.
I'm gonna give it to Tim.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a Tyler.
Is it Devery Henderson?
No.
No, he was second rounder out of LSU,
No.
or third rounder even.
Tim, you want to take another shot at this one?
It's a guy from Tennessee.
I don't know.
Oh, man. It is Brandon Cooks. In 2014, he was
We are
drafted
dumb.
number 20
We are dumb.
overall.
He's been on so many teams, I
I
forgot
know.
about it.
Oh my!
5
and
teams
he's
in
still
5
relevant.
years.
He's still fantasy relevant. I'm surprised. I'm shocked at all of you guys.
Wow.
Yeah, I really screwed the pooch on that one.
That's
That should have been
bad.
easy. Oy vey. I forgot he was a Saint. He's been with so many teams, getting 1,000-yard seasons with 4 different teams in his career.
Jesus.
Yeah, Devery Henderson was in the second round, 50th pick. Dang it.
I think Meacham was a second rounder too.
Oh,
I don't
so
know
now
why
you're
he came.
fact checking. You're fact checking me, huh? Or you just
I think
talking
I'm doing
about
it because
Meacham?
I want to know because I felt like I had that slight. Brandon Cooks,
think-
come on, like he's on some of my teams.
Yeah, same here. He's on my pigs team. I'm an idiot.
It's crazy. It is wild. All right.
So should we
Tyler?
just stop? Should we just stop doing Dynasty Happy Hour after this? I mean,
Oh my God.
No, there's
There's-
thousands
there
of
are-
NFL
there are
players, dude,
people, There are people that are going to be listening to this tomorrow in their cars,
that are
screaming
yelling,
at the radio.
"Brandon Cooks, you
What
idiots!"
the hell's
Yeah.
wrong with all of you?
No, but
You know,
I do
it's a
have to
lot
get
easier when you
guys-
listen versus to like being in the moment.
I got to get you guys on my trivia show when you get a chance. All 3 of you guys at the same time, and you guys can put it to the real factor because this is all draft related, and not everybody's going to remember every single draft.
I mean,
Oh,
we
for
should.
But there are a
though.
lot of other fun questions that we do as well.
Oh,
Lot
you know
of,
what?
A lot of Bobby Bouchers and
Guys, I was right. Robert Meacham was a first round pick,
Like
but
29
Brandon
or
Cooks
so.
beat him out 27th. So I wasn't
Yeah.
I wasn't completely off the reservation. I was close. I just didn't remember Brandon frickin' Cooks.
You know, close doesn't
I know,
count.
no cigar. I get it. I'm just gonna give myself make myself feel better about myself credit that I remembered Robert Meacham was a first round pick.
all right. So who's got the next question here?
Tim.
Tyler.
I do.
Oh, that's right. It's Tyler.
All right, Tyler. New York City has held the most NFL drafts with 57. What city has held the second most
This
with
isn't fair.
15?
This isn't fair.
Tim's adamant.
Let's go with Chicago.
You are wrong, sir. Tim, I'm going to give it to you, Tim. You had the hand
What?
in the
No,
air.
Tyler has to give it to someone.
I'm gonna give it to
That's
Tim.
the rules we've been playing.
I'm gonna
Oh,
give it to
come on.
Tim.
Oh, Tyler.
Tim had his
It's
hand
Philly.
in the air.
It's
Yes,
Philly.
it is Philadelphia.
That was my second guess. Tim's actually been to the draft in Philly.
The second I started throwing my hand in there, I'm like, I'm giving it away.
Yes, you were, because I was like, oh, Tyler's going to give it to me, and I'm going to steal it. Yay. Nope.
See, I don't pick up on those clues.
All right, so Tim, you got a chance to double up here. What team drafted
Whoa.
quarterback?
Isn't it my
Tyler
turn?
just went. So
Tyler
turn.
just went.
It went
It's
you,
me.
Then Tyler.
Nope,
back
it's
to
my turn. Or it's Tim's turn.
It's Tim's turn.
Damn it, I'm trying.
Yeah, you were. You were trying to finagle something like stealing a purple scar. What
Hey,
team
you're just like-
drafted
you're-
quarterback
yeah.
John
You're just like
Elway, number 1 overall in 1983?
Oh, dang it.
That was the Baltimore Colts.
You are correct.
That is
Tim.
correct.
Good job.
I was a
Good
question too early.
I knew that one. All right, it's a 2-way tie at the top now. Tim's surging. It's 3-3 with Tyler coming in at 2.
Hey, that's how it goes sometimes. A little bit of luck
Questions
goes a
later.
long way. And
That's what she
I have a
said.
feeling that Doug is going to get this next one. But let's find out. The Falcons traded 3 picks and a player to the Chargers in 2001 for a first-round pick. Who did they select with that pick?
This is crap. This is crap.
That should have been Tyler's question.
This is
It's LaDainian Tomlinson, right?
no.
No, it is
Doug, who you
not.
passing it to?
I'm going to give it to Tyler because I want a 3-way tie.
It's Michael Vick.
Correct.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, they
All
traded.
locked up in a tight one.
They traded from
I forgot
5
about
to
that.
1,
Yep.
and they took the Phenom, who
And that's right. And then
destroyed-
LT got taken at 5.
Yep.
That's where I just got
and,
it backwards.
And the Falcons destroyed Green Bay in the playoffs. That was one of the funnest games I've ever watched.
All right, Tyler's got a chance to take the lead here.
No.
Prior to Kyler Murray in 2019, who was the last first overall pick to win Offensive Player of the Year?
Oh,
I'm sorry. Rookie Offensive Player.
rookie offensive player of the year. Before Kyler, what? I mean, wasn't it Baker? Baker Mayfield?
You are wrong. It was not Baker Mayfield. Saquon Barkley actually won the Rookie of the Year.
You didn't allow me to. Oh,
Yeah,
that year.
we
Okay.
didn't get a chance. Oh, okay.
No, it was
I
that
got you.
year.
I feel
Who's the
you.
last first overall? I'll give it to. Since Doug gave me a layup on the Falcons one, I'll give it to Doug.
Let me
Since
think
Doug
about
gave
this
me a
one.
layup, I'm going to.
I'm going to throw him a 98-mile-an-hour fastball outside the zone that he's going to chase.
So first overall pick to win offensive rookie of the.
Doug is just stalling so he can finally get his internet to catch up on the Google search.
No, man, I'm hardwired, bro.
These aren't easy questions. I'll give you that. They are tough. They are tough.
I got a guess. I have a guess.
You're probably right. Doug's going to hurt himself.
I feel like it's got to be a quarterback.
Does it, though? Does
Maybe.
it? Maybe it's Eric Fisher again.
Maybe it's Eric Fisher. First overall.
I mean, you got to go through the years. Who was first overall?
I'm trying to think the last quarterback that was first overall that was amazing in his rookie season. Robert Griffin III.
Oh,
He was
that
not first
close,
overall.
But he wasn't first. He was
Oh, that's
second.
right. He was second.
So,
There it is.
It goes to Tim.
yep, it goes to Tim.
I'm going to say that it was Cam Newton the year after Sam Bradford did it.
Yes. Yes, it was. It
Oh.
was Superman Cam.
Tim's
Good
in the
job,
lead.
Tim. Good
Yeah,
job.
4,000 yards passing, just destroyed rookie records.
Yeah. Great
That's right,
job.
RG3 was
Good
second.
Steal.
Dang
Good
it.
steal.
Tim's internet is working fast.
All right, and who goes next? Oh, that was So
That was
Tim
Tyler's
goes
question.
again?
It's my question, yeah.
Wow. And we only have 2 questions left before we start the lightning round.
Tim is up 4-3 on Tyler and I.
All right, Tim. Keep creeping that lead. Who was the last running back drafted in the first round to rush over 1,000 yards in their rookie season?
Jacobs break 1,000 yards?
Are
Did
you
he?
asking me or
I'm
telling
saying,
me?
I'm saying Josh Jacobs.
Yes, you are correct,
Okay.
Josh Jacobs.
Oh.
That's a good guess.
I thought he had
Good
like
guess.
900 or
I
so,
was
but
like, man, did he just miss it, or am I full of myself?
there's a part of me that felt like he might have just missed it, so I would have never guessed him.
All right, so he's up 5-3, I believe.
5-3 to 3. Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
Doug.
The bang kicked in, fellas.
Who was the last defensive player drafted number 1 overall?
Oh,
yeah,
man.
the bang is definitely kicking in. Look at Tim on the screen.
I don't
he is
know.
live and
I don't
animated.
know. I don't know.
Does Doug know? That is the question.
I mean, there's got to be a timer for this old man, right?
That is
messed up after all the ceiling picking you've been doing.
Hey, but I've been. I try to get him done. I want to please the crowd. They don't want to just listen to my heat going on right now.
Ugh, this is a tough one. Was it Clowney?
No, it was not Clowney. Do you want to pass it along to somebody else?
I'm not giving it to Tim. I'll give it to Tyler.
It's Myles Garrett.
Yes, it is Myles Garrett.
Oh, that's right. I was going
2017.
To my old brain goes too far back.
Doug, I would have got it wrong. I was dead set on Mario Williams.
Mario was the other one. I was between Jadeveon and Mario, and I
would've
totally
got it
forgot about Myles Garrett.
I would have got it wrong.
Woo!
Now I'm in last place.
Smart.
Oi.
Yeah,
All right, but we're
Doug,
reaching the
you haven't
lightning
been
round
thinking
here,
right
so
since.
I think the answers should be worth 2 points in the lightning round.
Okay.
All right, make
And
it a
that's
little
throw
bit
your
more
hand up, right?
interesting. And it's throw
How
your
about we
hand
say our
up.
name? Say our name.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good way to do it because I'll be looking at my question sheet
Chef.
as we go along with it. Chef.
Saying his name, right? Or our name?
No, you say my name. You say my name, Tim.
Yeah.
You say my name. Say Tyler.
Say my name. Say my name.
Okay, say my name. Say my name. I have to say your name?
No.
No.
No,
okay.
Doug and Tim have to say my name when they want to answer a question.
All right.
You're trying to figure out who said Tyler's name.
All right, so I'm going to read off the question, and whoever says their name first gets the answer. This 2014 first overall pick has a coincidental nickname, Doo-Doo, to go along with the team that just signed him. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Oh, man.
Doo-Doo.
2014.
2014.
Oh,
I can name
man.
his college. I can tell you his position.
Oh, my goodness. But you can't tell me his name?
The name is escaping me.
Doug.
Doug, go ahead.
Jadeveon Clowney.
Yes.
Doug
Doo-Doo
just said his
Browns.
name and it completely forgot me. Yeah.
The Doo-Doo
South
Browns.
Carolina defensive
I
end.
just tied it up, boys.
It's so funny because
I thought it was the most funniest question in the world
The
because
name
his
was
nickname
nowhere
is
in my head.
Doo-Doo, and he got picked
Doo-Doo
up
Browns.
and signed by the Browns. So he's Doo-Doo Browns now.
Just wait till he gets dropped by the Browns.
Maybe skid mark Browns. Better not hang out with Odell too long.
Oh, God.
Gee.
Sorry.
The Cleveland Browns brought to you
The
by
tilt is real.
Depends.
I'm on tilt right now.
Yeah. What's the score now, Doug?
It is 5-5. Doug, Tim, Tyler with 4. Only one behind.
Okay. How many quarterbacks have the Browns selected in the first round in the last 20 years? Tim, go ahead, Tim.
5.
You are wrong, sir.
Tyler,
Go ahead, Tyler.
12.
In the first round? I don't think they have
20 years? 20 years?
Now I
I
have
mean-
time to think.
You're out. Now, Doug, you have a little bit of time to think.
Oh, God, he's actually going to count them.
Oh, that
Sorry,
would be
folks.
the smart way to do it.
This is a good time for
I know-
20 years.
I know 3 that come to mind, so I'll throw in a 4th and say 4.
You are correct. It is
Yes!
4. The answers were Brady Quinn, Brandon Weeden, Johnny Manziel, and Baker Mayfield.
You said 20 years. I feel like they drafted.
Because the couch was 99, remember?
God.
Doug, I did the same
It's like
thing.
one of
I
those-
only
They did
count
the-
3,
they-
and I said, I'll throw 2 more. So.
It's one of there was
We think a
literally
lot
one
alike,
of those
Tim.
moments where you sit there and you go, "Oh my God, 99 was over 20 years ago." Like that's what I just had. One of those moments.
That's back when I was 21 years old, boys. Oh, I'm old.
Jeez, I was in my teens,
I was in high
early
school.
teens.
I was in high school, 99.
I was 14.
I'm liking this lightning round.
Yeah. All right. 3 more questions to go. Next one up. Who was the last Eagles first-round pick to record over 1,000 yards receiving?
It's not Jalen Rager, I'll tell you that much.
Tim,
It's not Justin
Tim,
Jefferson
go ahead,
either.
Tim.
I thought
You dropped it like Razor. No, it's not Deshaun Jackson. You're wrong.
He was a second
He
round
was
pick.
a second rounder. Yeah.
Oh, this is This is definitely
First
tougher.
round receiver drafted by the Eagles.
Yeah.
Vince something from the movie Invincible.
Vince Papale?
Yes.
That
walk
scrappy
on.
special teamer?
The
Can
walk
I
on.
just ask a question that might help these guys?
Sure.
What decade?
What decade?
You said the last first round pick. It doesn't have no penalty.
Did you just answer your own question by saying
No,
it
I
has to be
said who
first
was the
round pick?
last Eagles first round pick to record over 1,000 yards received?
So they were picked by the Eagles.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh
I
man.
believe.
my
I'll help you out a
guts-
little bit. I know
Okay.
he didn't finish as an Eagle, if that helps at all.
I have no clue. I don't even know the last receiver other than Rager, who got drafted in the first round.
I'm gonna just because Tim's out. I've got a 2-point advantage on Tim. I'm gonna throw a guess out there, and it's an old school one. It was the first name that came to mind. Was it Harold Carmichael?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Tyler, you want to take a stab at it? Gain
Oh,
some extra
man.
points?
Oh.
You never know.
Tim knows it now.
JJ Arthega White. No, just kidding. He was a second rounder.
Too soon.
And
Too
he's
soon.
got 10 receiving yards in his career. Fred Barnett. I'm just kidding.
Funny enough, there was only
Hank
three-
Basket. I don't know.
Jeremy Macklin.
Yes, it was Jeremy Macklin.
Oh, I forgot about Jeremy Macklin.
I'm surprised you guys didn't even try for like Nelson Aguilar or anything like that.
I thought about him too, but I was like,
I knew he didn't have 1,000 yards.
Oh,
Todd
my
Pinkston.
God.
I'm just kidding.
Hank Basket. God, I just need to stop.
Freddie Mitchell? Was it Freddie Mitchell?
No, it was Jeremy Macklin.
Fred
I know.
Jeremy Macklin.
I'm kidding.
See, that's
I
like
love
one of those
Macklin.
Brandon Cooks
2009,
moments.
19th overall.
That's one of those Brandon
Out of
Cooks moments.
Colorado, right?
Macklin was Missouri.
Yeah.
Missouri, that's right.
Or Missouri, depending
Right
on.
color scheme.
All right, well, maybe this will help Tyler out, this next question. Let's see.
We got
was
two
the-
more?
Yeah, we have two more.
All right.
Who was the last running back the Falcons selected in the first round? Oh, come on. Where's your fandom? Your homerism. You are not a dirty bird. You are not the dirty bird.
All the Falcons.
I wouldn't have gotten this one if someone asked me off the rip.
It can't be, right? No.
Or can it?
He was a second round, I think. Was he? I think one of them was a second round that I have in my head.
I have a guess.
All right,
If you
Doug?
get
It's the only one I can think of. Jamal Anderson.
It's the only one I was thinking of.
No.
is it TJ Duckett?
Yes, it is. TJ Duckett.
Wow, great pick.
Wow. Whoa.
Yeah, Jamal Anderson was my pick too.
My other one was Janarius Norwood, and I think he was a third or second round pick for all
Yeah, it
you
was
who remember him.
2002 TJ Duckett.
Hey, what extra credit for the face mask TJ Duckett wore? The linebacker style Brian Urlacher. He's like one of the only running backs to wear that face mask.
You should
And
just
you know-
one bar, single bar kicker style.
It-
All right. This is the last question.
Where's the
I have
score at?
7. Tyler has 6. Tim has 5. So we are all jammed up.
It's all close.
this
I'm gonna have
one.
to go to sudden death.
I'm so glad I went with Duckett. Oh my god. I thought he was an early second round pick, but then in my mind I'm like, I feel like
It wasn't
they
Jamal
took-
Anderson like undrafted.
He was a later pick.
Yeah.
All right. So the last question, in honor of the Jacksonville Jaguars selecting number 1, who was the last quarterback selected in the first round by the Jacksonville Jaguars?
Doug.
Doug,
Blake Bortles.
you are correct. It is Blake Bortles for the win.
That was
Let's
the
go.
easiest damn
Yeah,
question.
so you got that. Good job.
Hey, you had to get it done fast enough. Blake Bortles.
How about
number
the
3
second
overall in
one? Can I
2014.
give you the second one? Blaine
Blaine
Gabbert. Yeah.
Gabbert? Yeah.
Give me the third one.
Byron
Mark Brunell.
Leftwich?
I don't know. Yeah, Byron
Yeah,
Leftwich would be it. Yeah.
Leftwich. Oh, that was fun. That was good. You got any bonus questions for extra credit? Anything that you got written down you can throw our way?
I could throw a couple of things in there if you
I was gonna
guys
say,
want to
I-
have a little fun.
I know a couple off the top of my head.
They're not going to be they're
How
not
about
gonna be
this?
draft related. How
How
about
about
some
this?
college to Canton?
What is the last year no quarterback went in the first?
Oh my God.
No quarterback went in the first
1893.
round?
Yeah.
1893.
My gut tells me
Say-
04, but I don't think that's right.
Is it 2015?
I feel like it wasn't that far ago.
Yeah, that's why I said Fargo.
2010.
I mean, EJ Manuel was a first-round pick, so
Yeah, Ponder was a first-round pick.
same draft.
Same
Same size.
1996.
Wow. Okay.
How about this? I want to talk about the NFL draft coming up, and I want to talk
Sure,
about
we got a little bit of time.
yeah. I want to kind of know where you guys stand with that third pick. I mean that's where you guys kind of understand that's when the draft starts. We kind of get the first two picks. The third pick is going to decide how this draft goes. And you know what's going to happen is they're going to draft Fields. Atlanta's going to take Mac Jones, and I'm going to have the Michael Jordan crying emoji on my face when they take Mac Jones. Atlanta at 4, which I would be devastated. I don't want that to happen.
I think Atlanta's trading down.
I think if Atlanta was going to take a quarterback, I think they go with Trey Lance. I don't think they would go with Mac Jones. If Trey Lance is still there, you were saying Fields is at number 3 to San Francisco. I think Trey Lance makes more sense. What I've been studying on him, he needs maybe a year, at least 8-9 games to sit back and learn a little bit.
And
before
Matt
he
Ryan's
gets
not
there.
going
and
anywhere.
Matt Ryan is not
With
going
his salary.
anywhere.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think they have a $20 million out next year. No, they're not doing that. They're not paying him. He's decent enough to stay. He's still kind of healthy. What's he, like 38 years old now?
Not
30,
even.
37,
35,
I think.
36, 37. All right. Well, either way, they want him there. So, but they still may take a quarterback and sit on it a couple years, which would be the right move. And I think Lance has the ultimate potential to be a franchise quarterback, more so than Mac Jones.
Yeah, the closest comparison.
I think they both are good, but
the closest comparison to Ryan Tannehill is Trey Lance, and Arthur Smith did well with Tannehill and kind of his transition away from Adam Gase, the terrible coach who he is. And I see it like that too. I see them going Lance. I hope they go Pitts, because with Ryan's salary, the next 2 years, Ryan is pretty much, you can't get rid of him unless you trade him. And
They also said they couldn't get rid of Carson Wentz, and they figured it out. So you never know.
I mean, who knows what the Eagles are doing? We could move on to the Eagles and talk about how they play, rock, paper, scissors for their prospects?
Trying to find competitive players,
Find competitive players who are really good at rock, paper, scissors, which, by the way, is a very competitive game once you really get into it.
I've actually played rock, paper, scissors for money.
Oh,
that's
very
legit.
nice.
Yeah. $20 a shot.
I would like to see the San Francisco 49ers go away from quarterback and take Pitts.
That would be ridiculous, first of all.
But it would be such a Shanahan thing. Like, they've already gotten to a Super Bowl with Jimmy G. I think that they're kind of like, all right, Jimmy G's here. He's $25 million. He's not going anywhere. And if they did Kyle Pitts with George Kittle, you've got Debo, you've got Ayuk, that would give them just the versatility that Shanahan's kind of known for, with all these interconnected pieces that they can line up all over the place. And Jimmy being more of that game manager. I could see it happening. I think Pitts, when you talk about best player in the draft, generational talent, other than Trevor Lawrence, he's the one that gets that tag. I could see it.
To that point, though, Doug, when you move up to the third spot, you're not moving up. Yes, I understand, and I totally agree with you, Kyle Pitts, the unicorn. He is going to be a very special talent in the NFL, but you don't move up and give away some of your franchise picks for a tight end. You move up for a generational franchise.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you, but it wouldn't shock me.
I mean, it wouldn't. Kyle Shanahan would make that kind of mistake. He would.
And John Lynch would let it happen.
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan's known to make mistakes, like throwing the ball when you have the game in hand.
March 28th is one of my favorite days of the year. Although if they go quarterback, I think it would make sense to go Fields, because that would give them the perfect fit in that offense. If they go Mac Jones, I'll laugh, because I just don't think they already have Jimmy Garoppolo. Like,
You sounded so much like a Minnesotan when you said Mac Jones.
For fantasy purposes, I hope they go Mac Jones, so I can see Justin Fields fall and Trey Lance fall in rookie drafts, and I'll be excited about that.
I had to question eyes there for a second.
I don't think that'll happen, though.
Yeah.
If I'm in the Niners draft room on Thursday night, I would be screaming for Justin Fields. We talked about Robert Griffin III, the number 2 overall pick, winning the Offensive Rookie of the Year. When Shanahan was the OC, Fields is, he's got a much different body type, but he can do a lot of the same things RG3 can or could athletically. And Shanahan can break out all those old plays. He's got, a really, really good arm attached to his body as well. He can hit from all levels. He's a threat to run. If Mac Jones is the pick, I think this is Shanahan just saying, I want to play Madden. I want a guy who's just going to be my robot. I can call the play into him. I can sit there and I can read him the coverage in his ear up until 15 seconds before the play.
A la Sean McVay and Jared Goff.
And
we all know how that works.
A guy that's going to listen to everything I say. So.
I think everybody's downgrading Mac Jones a little bit. He does have the capability of looking down at second and third reads. Yeah. He's not somebody that just gives it away the first look he has. He doesn't make bad decisions with the ball. Yes, he's not that mobile quarterback we all want to see in the NFL. He's more of a pocket passer. I have him, comped to a little bit of a Big Ben kind of style of quarterback, but he's going to be okay in the NFL. I believe that he does have a shot at being a franchise quarterback, just like the other 3 players in the top.
I don't think as a starting quarterback, not a franchise.
Yeah, I don't think I'm downgrading Mac Jones as I am saying Fields and Trevor Lawrence are just outliers almost. Like they're tier above anybody else in this draft. Like Lawrence is up here, then it's Fields, and then in my opinion, it just drops off. Like the Jets fell in love with Zach Wilson. In my opinion, Zach Wilson is going to be a bust.
If Fields
Tim
goes to San Francisco, if Fields gets picked to San Francisco at 3, and you're in your Superflex league and you've got 101, like I have 101 in UDPL, and I've been like, all right, I'm taking Trevor. If Fields goes to San Francisco at the 3rd pick, that's getting pretty close because
I might trade back a little bit in my draft.
Yeah, you'd have to trade back 1, but
you're still getting, if you trade back 1 though, like you're still going to get a good asset in return because in my opinion, Trevor Lawrence is viewed as the dude.
And he's got weapons around him too. I think they're both set up for success. It's really going to be like if you're like the super Konami code fantasy quarterback, then Fields may have more appeal to you. If you're like, I think Lawrence is safer, then I think you can make a case for Fields being the 101 in some leagues if he goes to San Francisco. If he doesn't go to San Francisco, I'm not as interested, and I think it's Lawrence personally. But yeah, I think it's an intriguing question. Is like, that kind of closes the gap for them in a really interesting way. The landing spot we say matters, and draft capital matters, and all those things. But I think that's the one spot where I start to go,
all right.
All right, now I'm going to have to grind it a little bit and figure it out.
All right, one more little exercise I want to do before we end. We've got 3 minutes. We're going to do rapid fire first round Superflex rookie mock draft.
Oh, bam.
Boy.
Okay.
3 minutes. We're going to go. This is a little bonus for everybody who has listened for this long about everything. It was a fun episode, but let's end on it. I'll start. Just make it easy. Superflex 101, Trevor Lawrence. Tim, you go.
You put me in a spot here. My guy's always been Zach Wilson. I'm changing my rankings. I'm taking Fields at 2.
Okay. Doug?
103, give me Trey Lance.
Damn it.
Chef?
Oh man, now you know what? I don't believe in Zach Wilson one bit. Give me Jamar Chase.
All right. I'm going to go Pitts at 5. That's well known.
I'll take Fields at 6. I'm sorry, Wilson at 6. I took Fields.
I was going to say Fields twice. Wow.
I'm going to just keep drafting.
I'll gladly jump on Najee Harris at 7.
All right. Chef?
Give me the light guy, Devontae Smith.
All right. Give me Mac Jones, quarterback, super flex. That's all that matters.
I will take Waddle.
I'll take Travis Etienne. I'm loving this draft.
Damn it. I'm getting sniped.
All right, Jeff, last pick.
You must be you must run a Dynasty podcast.
I've got that primal bow out, bro.
All right, Chef.
Yeah, that primal.
Last pick.
Last pick. You got me on the clock, and I'm failing. Yeah, it's Javonte Williams.
My RB1.
It's not a bad RB1.
Hey,
Although
hey,
I'm not a really big fan of this running back class at all. But
Yeah, outside of the top few, it's not good.
outside of the top three,
four
that's
teams. 4 teams have never held. Or sorry, 4 teams have never had the 101.
4 teams that have never had a 101.
Yeah.
Seattle,
Green Bay.
I feel like Green Bay has. Because didn't they
Minnesota.
draft...
Tony Mandrich.
Yeah, I was going to say, didn't they draft him?
We got Seattle so far. Relatively new team.
Houston,
No, they had Carr.
I had Mario.
relatively new team.
The Browns?
Baltimore Ravens.
The Baltimore Ravens. There's 2 of the 4.
All right.
Um,
Chicago Bears.
Chicago's been around a long time.
I know.
Is it Buffalo?
No, not Buffalo.
They've definitely had.
It is the Seahawks, the Ravens, the Denver Broncos,
oh.
Okay.
and because the draft has not happened yet, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh.
Fair enough.
That's
little
crazy to
twist.
That's crazy to think. They've always
Yeah,
been so
as bad as the Jags have been over the past, 20 plus years.
they've
They've never
terrible
been
they
bad
have
enough.
Yeah,
They
just
probably
been
yeah, they
kinda
probably
good
saw the
enough.
Jets. They probably saw the Jets this year and be like, remember when we were them?
Remember when the Jets won those 2 meaningless games towards the end of the season?
That was us like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
This is
all
my
just
Ray
cheering
Liotta
in the locker
Goodfellas face.
room.
All right.
Oh, well, that is going to wrap us up this week. Thank you to James for joining us. Once again, at FF_chef on Twitter. We've got Tim, we've got Tyler, myself. Before we leave, though, we do have another sponsor, and we don't want to forget them. It's Trophy Smack. Use code DHHRING if you need a trophy, whether it's for hockey, for baseball, football. We've got belts, trophies, gangster grills, all sorts of fun stuff on there. Use code DHHRING. And shout out to Viridian Global if you're looking for any new apparel. The summer months are coming. I know there's an FF Fit Club movement, so if you're dropping sizes and you need new shirts, maybe you need a new hat because your head got smaller, which
or
would
a
never
new
happen
FF
with Tyler.
Fitness shirt.
Or an FF Fitness shirt. Go on Viridian Global. All sorts of cool fantasy football needs for your apparel. Needs. I said needs way too many times.
I had it first, Tyler. I had it first.
I got an alert.
I want to say, per Rappaport, it
Oh.
looks like the Niners are down to Jones and Lance.
It's not
Pick. We were all
Fields.
wrong.
So Fields to Atlanta?
No, Atlanta's
Fields is
trading
coming
away.
home, baby.
Fields coming
Congratulations,
home.
Interesting. The plot twists continue, and it was
So
wrapped
Lance goes
sheet,
to
right? Not
Falcons?
wrapped sheafed.
Yeah. Not
Crap sheaf.
Wrapped sheafed. That's going to happen all week, right?
Oh,
There's
yeah.
going to be all those fake reports. So anyway, that is going to wrap us up. Interesting news there. I'm really looking forward to the draft. We're going to be back with you next Sunday to recap the draft. It's going to be an absolute wild night, at least I'm hoping. I know we always get our hopes up and then we're like, that wasn't as wild as we thought. I'm hoping it pays off. We all need it in our lives after 2020. I want a wild 2021 draft. Goodell's going to be hugging players on the stage.
Popping M&Ms.
It's going to feel like old times, and I'm here for it. So make sure you leave us a rating and review on iTunes so we can get bumped up so people find us easier. In the meantime, for Dynasty Happy Hour, we'll see you next week.